Blog Talk Radio.
Everybody, and welcome to Soul Sister Show with host Sue and Ann. And today we have Thursday, January 28th, 2021. And we are a live call-in show, so you can call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And you can call in for questions, or why not get a free mini reading live on air, or today you can chat with our very special guest, Carla, all the way from South Africa. Isn't that exciting? So we are really worldwide today. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, please press 1, or you can also go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live on the player and text chat with us during all our shows. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Rhodes in Greece, still enjoying my time here. It's wonderful. And it's a cold part of the year, actually. January usually is here. But anyway, it's warmer than Sweden, so. And on today's show, we will welcome special guest Carla Janse van Rensburg. I hope I said that right. We ask Carla in a bit here. All the way from South Africa, and we will be talking about heart-centered living. And Carla is an experienced medium, clairvoyant artist, energetic healer, tattoo artist, and magical practitioner. So we are going to take your calls for questions and mini readings live on air with Carla today. And she will be sharing her story with us. It's very exciting. And we would love to talk to you as well. So call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live to text chat with us in the chat room as well. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today's show from Arizona in the U.S., Rhodes in Greece, and South Africa. Wow, it's really fascinating that we can sit here talking with each other at the same time and broadcasting radio from around the globe. And on today's show, as I mentioned before, we will welcome special guest Carla Janse van Rensburg, all the way from South Africa, discussing heart-centered living, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air with Carla, of course, today. And Carla is an experienced medium, clairvoyant artist, energetic healer, tattoo artist, and magical practitioner. So give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. Or join us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live to the player, on the player, and you can text chat with us and even ask us questions in the chat room. So just remember, if you want to talk with us live on the show and call in, press 1 so we know that you want to be with us. And if you haven't listened to us before, we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, soul realignment, healing modalities in general, and of course, we love to talk about all spiritual topics. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, so now is a great time to call in, guys. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1. And you can find us on YouTube. Just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube and subscribe and like our videos. Now, let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, Sue, all the way from Arizona. Hi, Sue. How are you?
Hi, Sissy. I'm good. We had some rain the last few days here in the desert, but I think we've needed it since we didn't have any over the summer. But I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay? I'm just doing a mic check.
Yes. I think we hear you okay. It sounds very, very well. And I suppose you needed the rain.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have any rain over the summer, so you can definitely, see things are blossoming already, even though it's cold out. But we needed that rain here.
Yeah, we do. And everyone listening, now is a great time to get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. And if you want to connect with our special guest today, Carla Janse van Rensburg, all the way from South Africa, you can find her at loonascension.com. I will put that link up and other information at scrollsofthesoul.com/live in our chat room. So scrollsofthesoul.com/live, and you will find the information about Carla. We're so excited to have her with us today. And if you'd like to connect with me and or Sue for a personal reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And, of course, you can find out more about Scrolls of the Soul Radio at scrollsofthesoul.com. And before we move on with today's show, let's recap what the last show was about. Sue?
Last show was numerology, which we do every third week of the month. We pick out random numbers and see what we come up with through those random numbers. And we also touch a little bit on angel numbers, how to read them, where to go, the websites to go to read them. If you didn't get a chance to listen, you can go in at scrollsofthesoul.com/path and take a listen. It's always interesting because Anne and I are always seeing numbers, so it's an interesting week, especially the third week of the month. So with that being said, one other thing I'd like to bring up before I bring on Carla, if you are interested in becoming a host and would like to have your own radio show, you can go over to our site, scrollsofthesoul.com, and up top, I believe the information is up top. Sissy, do we have it in contact? Where do we have that information? I'm looking. If you're interested, become a host.
Anyone interested in becoming a host can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/host. Scrollsofthesoul.com/host. So we made it super easy to find most things, right?
So if anyone's interested, you can get a hold of us after the show and let us know. And all that information is in there. We have plenty of spots for anyone who might want to dabble in getting their own show. So, with that being said, let us bring on our special guest, Carla. I'm not even going to say your last name because I know I'll butcher it. And I think you did a better job. Hi, Carla. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Carla. Welcome.
Hello. Oh, what a pleasure it is to be here.
Oh, wow. It's our pleasure.
Coming on. So, whereabouts are you in Africa?
I am right in the southern tip in a city called Cape Town in South Africa.
Okay.
And it's a very beautiful city. We're surrounded by mountains and ocean and gorgeous weather and forests and nature. It is one of the most blessed places to be, and I'm so grateful to be here.
Wow. Wow. Is it, do you sense that this is an energy center where you're at? I get that sense it's very vibrationally strong there.
It certainly is. The mountains here are very, very special, and there are all sorts of ley lines running through here. And all sorts of interesting spiritual people are drawn to Cape Town specifically, as well as along the garden route. You can really find some amazing light workers around here.
Wow. Interesting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. What brought you into this arena, and how long you've been doing this work?
So I think I have been psychic most of my life. I mean, pretty much since youth. I've seen angels in my childhood, been astral traveling in my childhood, and it was quite just normal for me then. And obviously, as you grow older, you learn to sort of switch those things off and then start rediscovering them again. I certainly have been through some trauma in my childhood and in my 20s, which really got me back onto that spiritual path in a very, very big way. But the tarot cards, which is, I would say, the main tool that I work with, because it's really a nice way to just ground the energy down and to affirm that what I'm feeling, you know, it's like when you go to the doctor and then you go and you get a second opinion from another doctor. So I feel and I channel through the heart space, and I see what's coming through, and then I pull the cards and get the confirmation of what I'm feeling. And the cards came to me when I was about 20, and I can remember getting them and thinking, oh, well, I'll just try this out. And I did a reading for a friend, and her jaw literally dropped to the ground, and within 5 days, everything I said was going to happen happened. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, this stuff really works. And clearly I'm meant to be. And for about 10 years, I have been working in a professional capacity. I've been charging, and people have like sort of sought me out through word of mouth. But it's only 5 months ago that Spirit called me very strongly to start really using my voice and to start doing this full time. And that's when I went sort of public. And I did so by starting a live, I suppose we could call it a live show on my Instagram account, which was very well received and is growing quite quickly. And then I started a YouTube channel, and the bookings just started pouring through, and it's really been such an amazing, amazing journey. And I can't believe how quickly it's growing, and that it's only been 5 months, or actually it's probably 6 months now, 6 months.
Wow.
Right. Blessed to have been, wow, I feel like Spirit really pushed me into it, actually. It was such a loud, come on, Carla, this is what you got to do. And I was like, whew, this is scary. Because, of course, South Africa can be very conservative and religious. And a lot of my family don't really know what they're doing. But it's been so empowering to do so, and I'm so grateful.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. That now, are they a little more supportive now, or is it still kind of on the back burner, so to speak? I don't want to get too personal. I was just curious.
I think they don't really take it very seriously. And I think I just need to know more about that. It doesn't actually matter because, and they don't have to take it seriously. It's fine. It's, you know, for the people who it will be meaningful for, it will be really meaningful, and for that, it's worth it.
Right. Now, and I completely understand that. I think a lot of families, who come from the religious aspect, the conservative aspect, tend to not be, I'm just going to say, as open-minded, so to speak. And I think we've all seen that throughout the years. I know Ann and I have seen certain things, so we completely understand that. So I'm curious with the astral planing. Is that something you've done since childhood?
I'm definitely not a master of that now, but in childhood it was the most natural thing. I used to climb into bed. I used to put my body in a specific position, which at that age I called the Peter Pan position. And I used to close my eyes, and I used to just jump out of my bed. I'd go flying in the stars, and I'd meet beings. And it was just the most natural thing in the world. And, I obviously didn't actually realize what I was doing at that age. It was just what I was doing. And it's only in adulthood that I look back and go, oh, geez, that's what I was doing. I was traveling with my guides, and that's why I actually had such a strong connection with them. I forged it then. I went and I met them then. I do sometimes travel in my dreams now, but it's definitely less frequent than when I was a child. And let's definitely place the intention out there for that to grow. It's definitely something I'd like to do more of.
Right. Yeah, I think naturally as children we do that automatically. I think because we're not hindered by the world and by those things that we tend to learn as we become adults. So I think it's a lot more natural to have that occur as a child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Children are way more open and free and haven't put up those blinds yet. So, but it's kind of what society and traditions and families and everything are bringing to us. But it can be actually hard to go against, I think. But it's really intriguing to hear your story. I didn't know that part. Wonderful.
Yeah. So, do you remember who your first guide was as a child, and is that the same guide that's with you now?
I think it's something a bit more loose. I think probably that guide is still with me. I just probably call them by a different name and see them and perceive them differently. But as a child, I used to speak to a yellow and gold angel who I called Angelica. And she was lovely.
Oh,
wow. And I definitely that end, but I don't have an angel I call Angelica anymore. No.
Right. Well, I think when we're children, we either name them or we're told their names. Who they are. Do you sense that this was someone who was on this earth before? Was it someone who was a family member? That type of thing, or someone more who's never been on the earth plane before as a human?
I don't think it was someone who had incarnated as a human. I think it was a being of light.
Right.
That's what I think.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Wow.
But I do have ancestral spirits with me. Although I don't see them, I feel them. And I feel their presence and their protection as well. But I work definitely a lot more with guides, angels, archangels.
Right. Now, your readings, what type of readings? Are they more mediumship-based readings? Are they a combination of tarot cards, or what is it that you do exactly when you're giving a reading?
So I generally work with the tarot cards. I can structure my readings in a couple of different formats. Normally, if people book a full reading with me, what I will do is guide them through a short meditation to connect with their guides and ask that that the guides will speak through me for their highest good. And then I allow them to think through and imagine their questions floating through into the cards. And then I'll lay a full spread, which is traditionally called the Celtic cross spread. And I use this spread. I put 3 cards in each space where normally there's 1. And this reading normally takes about an hour, and it normally touches on pretty much everything a person needs to hear for that moment. I'm really good at accessing what it is that the person needs to hear in that moment for that present moment in order to get them back on their path and aligned with their higher self. Normally, when it comes to the mediumship stuff and talking to those who have passed away, this is something that happens more spontaneously. Sometimes if people ask, it definitely comes through, but sometimes it doesn't. So I have actually realized that lately I need to stop calling myself a medium, but rather a psychic, which is probably where my focus in the way I work lies. But I guess that's also where my inexperience comes in being public, only for 6 months. So that's something I've learned recently, that it's better for me to call myself a psychic rather than a medium. Although I can act as a medium, it's definitely not my specialty. It's my specialty to bring through the messages from the guides and the things that you need to hear for the present moment. The other form of reading that I do is when people really just want to ask me questions, and then I will open a space up energetically, and then I let them just ask questions, and then I answer in the best way I know how.
Right. Well, even receiving messages from guides is still a form of mediumship. I think, because you're reaching out to someone who is not seen by traditionally normal aspects and receiving answers through guides. Personally, it's just an opinion. It could be totally off on that, but just from what you said, it goes into some of the mediumship realms, so to speak. Have you had any formal training or education or schooling with this? With your work?
I studied fine art. And I think actually there's not really a huge difference between making art and being a psychic, because essentially making art is about tapping into the divine energy flow and allowing it to flow out of you. It's just what you're channeling is a different kind of energy, and it's coming out in a different way. So, I mean, it is actually very different, but also very much the same thing. So I'm a formally trained artist, and I do still create and make art, but certainly the psychic work has become my focus. It feels like it's the most needed thing right now. And maybe one day I'll shift my focus back to my artwork when it feels like it's time to do so.
It's funny you say that, because I can actually see visually you doing that as in combination with your work. So, for instance, as I don't know if you thought of this, but if you were to hone in on that, the travel work, the astro travel work, combining that with sketch or drawing, I think you would produce some amazing, not only amazing information, but some beautiful artwork as well. And I don't know if you thought about that before, but there's an untapped area. Go ahead.
I do think that these things really interlink. And my artistic practice was very, very deeply spiritual. And for my 4th year honors body of work, my entire body of work was actually the performance of ritual, which I recorded through long exposure photographs. And I'm currently turning that into an oracle deck at the moment. So that's to come
nice.
soon. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Interesting.
Wow.
Very.
That's exciting. You'll have to let us know when it's all done. Do you have an idea of when you would go into production with your deck?
It's honestly, it's just about me sitting and finishing writing all of the meanings for the cards, because I know the meanings. I've been using the deck for a while myself, but it's just about putting it in beautiful, eloquent words so that people can use it, and, you know, setting it up in a format so it's understandable to other people, because of course for me it's very intuitive. I understand the work, I made the work, and of course I performed all of the rituals, and the resonance of all of those rituals are on those cards through the photographs. And yeah, so it's a very personal body of work, and I'm just trying to find a way for it to be more accessible to other people as well. So it's just about me sitting down and doing it. I could finish it in a month if I focused, but I'm so busy with bookings and YouTube and Instagram and my live show that I need to actually just carve out the time, and I must focus and do it, because it's one of my things on my to-do list, and it's really not going to take that much effort. I must do it. Let me set myself a goal for 3. There we go. 3 months, I'll get it.
Well, see, now you said it live on air. Yeah, you're going to have to do it now. It's worldwide. Oh, please, please get back to us when they're done. I would absolutely love to see it. You know, I think it's interesting that you've done some tattoo work, tattoo artist.
Yeah.
That one.
So this is how I used to make money when studying. That and the tarot readings, but I was very quiet about tarot readings, and the tattoos I used to advertise for. And I also see this as a form of ritual work. I mean, it's sacred markings on the body. I'm quite specific about what work I will or won't take. I mean, if people want me to tattoo like a cartoon on them or something, it just doesn't resonate. But sacred geometry or a sigil or something, alchemy symbol, magic, a dragon, your spirit animal, these kinds of things, I'm the right person to go to for that. And I do work in a method of hand poking, so I don't use a gun. It takes a bit longer. And
I was going to ask you that. If you did that.
Sorry?
So I was going to ask you if you did that. Yeah, I visually could see it. So it's funny you stated it. And that is very tough art too, right? I mean, not everyone has the natural knack to do that.
Yes, I'm also people are quite brave to come and see me, because I don't do transfers. I go completely freehand on the skin, so there needs to be a lot of trust. And I call in guides, I call in angels, I connect with the person's guides, and I pray. And then I place my hands on the person, and then I let something else take over. It's not even me. So I'm literally the medium for spirits to bring that thing through for the person.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's absolutely amazing.
Come through it all.
I know that goes back thousands of years, right? That style of tattoo art.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Except I am using sorry?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So I am still using the same needles that they would use in the guns, and I'm using pretty much all the same processes that the modern processes. It's just no gun, no electricity. I strap the needle to a stick, and every single dot that I do is intentional, and it's done with the intention of healing energy coming through.
Right. And so you're tapping on the stick, right? So you can tap on it lightly or heavily for shading and more darker or lighter colors, right?
Yes, I kind of hold it like a pencil, and I move my hand so that it goes just under the skin.
Right. Now, where did you learn that from?
I learned from another hand poke tattoo artist who I met at a festival, and I saw they'd set up a stand, and I just really loved their energy. A beautiful human called Nicole, and you can find them on Instagram. Nicole with an H is their Instagram handle. And they are a beautiful, beautiful spiritual being as well, and they were just doing such amazing art, and I asked them a million questions, and eventually she was like, don't you want to just do a tattoo for yourself? And she set me up with the needle and told me what to do and sort of supervised me in between seeing her clients, and I did a tattoo for myself right there on the spot, and that's how I learned. And for about a year, I did some free tattoos for friends while I practiced and built up a sort of portfolio, and then I started charging.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. You know, I have one in mind. I have 3 of them, and mine are all spiritual ones as well, and they're on my back. But I have a particular one in mind. I may have to send you the image to see if you'd be willing to draw it. I know that's kind of asking you live on air, but if maybe in the future you want to draw something and you're kind of relaxing, I have an idea. Maybe one more I'd like to put down, but of course we could talk about that off air.
And let me tattoo you then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to come to Africa.
Come on.
No, I absolutely find that absolutely amazing. Okay,
that's a good statement, Carla. Thank you, because I'm trying here to bring Sue over to Europe, so we have to come to your place after that, right?
You're gonna love it here. You're gonna feel all of the beautiful energies of this mountain. Oof! You're gonna love Cape Town.
Oh, well, believe me, I completely understand, because I know Ann does too. We're both living in very power-centered places, like you. But I'm more in the desert.
Yes.
Have those beautiful, thousands of year old mountains. So I completely understand what you're talking about. Okay, hold on 1 second, Carla, because I think we're at the bottom of the hour. And from there, we'll probably take some phone calls and finish. So let's just have Ann take over.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back.
Yes, absolutely. Just checking so I'm not muted. I'm joking again. I'm the jokester on this show.
You're not muted.
Always. No, I'm not. So everybody listening, thank you so much for interacting with us again. And there are some things we want to let you know, and we just love to talk to you. So call in and get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and call in for questions or get a free mini reading live on air, share a story with us, or chat with our wonderful and beautiful guest today, Carla. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, remember to press 1. And you can also listen live and text chat with us during our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And on today's show, we are talking with special guest Carla Janse van Rensburg, all the way from South Africa. That's absolutely amazing. Discussing heart-centered living, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air. And Carla is an experienced medium, clairvoyant artist, energetic healer, tattoo artist, and magical practitioner. That's really a wonderful combination. And it's a great time actually to call in, so we soon start to take some calls and answer some questions or listen to you and chat with you. So call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. And international callers dial +1 before the number, and you can join us in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live to listen live on the player and to text chat with us in the chat room. And if you'd like to connect with Carla Janse van Rensburg, you can find her at lunascension.com, lunascension.com. And I have posted links and her story in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live if you want to get everything right. So there's a number of places where you can find Carla. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And once again, you can write down our number because it goes to all our shows. So join us live on air. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. And we are proud to say that we have listeners in 27 countries. Wow, that's amazing. And now we had actually a guest from South Africa. I think this is the first time. But we have had guests from all over the globe as well, but not 27 countries. We have to admit that. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, February 4th, 2021, the Soul Sister Show, and host Sue and Anne discussing soul realignment, Akashic records, what are they? Plus your calls as usual for questions and mini readings live on air. We'll be on same time, 10 a.m. Pacific in the U.S., 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And you can keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming, scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And you can also listen to past episodes at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And of course, you can find us at YouTube. Just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube and subscribe to our channel and like our videos. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio show. So today we are broadcasting from Arizona in the U.S., Rhodes in Greece, and Cape Town in South Africa. How wonderful is that? I'm amazed, actually. And I think one more time with the phone number, guys, bear with me. So now is a great time to call in, and you can call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943, sorry, 3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. And ladies, let's get back to the show.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Carla, are you ready to? I believe we have someone in the chat room and callers. So hang in there, callers. We'll be getting over there to you guys in a minute. But I think we may have a question in the chat room. Sissy,
amazing.
That's from Little Fairy, I believe, right?
Little Fairy, yes. Do you want me to read the question? Hi, Little Fairy. To talk to you again, Fairy. We know you are with us many times, and we so appreciate you interacting with us. And Little Fairy says, hello, Anne and Sue, and Carla, of course. Hope you're doing well. My work contract is almost finalized with company with initials I, and I will likely join mid-February. I will inform my boss at my temporary job that I'm leaving next week. I'd be grateful for some insight about my career change. If you have time, please. Thanks.
So, let's see. Carla, I'm going to put that on you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I definitely think that this is a blessed change and transformation. I've just pulled the Sun card, which is confirming the warm and happy feeling that I'm getting in my heart space. What is necessary is for you to disconnect from a worry narrative, because I think sometimes you are overthinking things, and tap into your heart space, because if you tap into your heart space, you will see that actually this is divinely led. I'm feeling that by the end of the winter months, you're really going to see things picking up and manifesting in a powerful way. And I do feel that there are going to be moments where it's going to be necessary for you to shift your perspective. There's going to be moments where you don't feel like things are amicable and are flowing the way you want, but you'll just need to meditate on it a little bit. There'll be a temporary standstill, a little pause, and the pause will allow you to shift your perspective. So consciously tap into that when there's the pause. And remember how important it is for you to be yourself and to be authentic to who you are. And all of that is felt through your heart space. I hope that brings some clarity for you.
I think that Lil Fairy says thank you so much. It feels like Lil Fairy unusually actually are not online in the chat room right now, but she did put up the question. So I know that she will listen after this.
Beautiful.
Right.
Thank you so much,
And she made,
Carla. That was a wonderful message.
Yes, it was. She may pop back in, too, because she's done that before. Yes, thank you, Carla. That was absolutely beautiful. And just to add a little bit to what you said, there's finally going to be a sense of, take a breath. Oh, I can relax now. New and exciting is what I'm sensing for her as well. And moving away from the drama energy into feels more professional. So it's not so many worries about the drama and other coworkers. So I think it's a good step. It's a good step what's coming up for her.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So are you ready for a phone call or two?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me grab our first caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm calling from New Jersey. How are you?
Hi, Mandy. I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's my first time. I'd love a general reading just to see what the energy is out there for me, if there are any messages from Spirit.
Okay.
I'm just going to feel into it for
Carla
a
has
moment.
For you. We're still here. Don't worry. I know it's a little quiet.
I know. No worries.
Carla.
All right. So what I'm really feeling for you is that you are well supported and you are well loved. There really is a great emotional structure around you. You've got a loving family. And, sometimes you worry about things. Sometimes you worry about the pandemic and all of the turmoil that's happening in the world. But you always have this beautiful structure to come back to. And I want you to know that structure isn't going anywhere. You are surrounded by love. You are so supported. And I mean this financially. If there's a little bit of a rock in the boat on your career path, a new thing will appear. You are divinely guided and protected. And the key advice for you is to just remember who you are and to tap into your breath. Because when you just calm yourself and come back to your breathing and clear the mind space, then you remember actually everything is always all right. But I really do see that you are very, very blessed and lucky.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Actually, Mandy, this is Sue.
Mm-hmm.
I have one for you as well.
Okay.
That I had pulled. It is from an Archangel deck, an Archangel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. And it says, take back your power. Archangel Raziel, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So is there something you've been kind of praying on, hoping for, or, that you're kind of waiting to see?
Three things.
Yeah.
Three, yeah.
Right. Amazing. Yeah, there's definitely, they're saying that they want you to take that back and remove the worry, because when you put that worry and fear energy out there, it's kind of a block, a wall, that gets in the way. So it's definitely telling you to use those God-given powers of intention, because you, once you let go, so to speak, it's going to just open right up. Things are going to happen. And you'll manifest exactly what it is you're looking for. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. That's the plan, to get what I want.
Right, right. Anne, is there anything you'd like to add, or are you good too?
Yes. Hi, Mandy. I'm here.
Hi.
I can add something here too. And I have an angel here, an archangel I usually don't connect so often to, actually. It's Archangel Raguel. And he's coming to you with a message of sometimes things appear in a certain way, and we kind of see things from the surface. But if you look a little bit beyond things and take a step back and try to see things from a higher perspective, you will have more options. And it's like the veil will come down for you, and you will see things that you probably didn't see before. You didn't think of them. So sometimes experiences are giving us part of our perception. So if we can just take a step out of that. It doesn't need to be all the time, but once in a while, we see more options coming for us. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Not really, but I understand what you're saying, definitely, that it's always good to take a step back. And I try to do that, just, not just go impulsively into anything, but always, look at the big picture, or at least try to.
Yes.
So the message is good, yeah. Well, thank you all. I appreciate it, and you have a great day, all of you.
And you too. Thank you for calling
Mandy.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mandy.
Bye. Okay, ladies, let me move on to our next caller. 1 second. Hello, caller.
Hello.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Hi, Carrie. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, Carrie.
I'm doing well. I'm a first-time listener. Thank you for taking my call. I'm glad I found your show today.
Nice. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I'm just going through some transitions personally. It's been a long time coming. I'm coming out of a long-term relationship, unmarried, but had to dissolve some property. And for me personally, it's a lot of closure, not just in the relationship, which was not, no relationship that ends obviously is pleasant, but it was pretty much a toxic relationship. But I'm selling the property that I grew up in as a child. And my father passed here a few years ago. So I'm open to any messages you may have for me, being that today is the full moon as well, at least over here. It's in Leo. I'm a Leo. So I was just, open to see if you had any messages.
Okay. Well, see what Carla has in store for you.
Oh, wow. I feel that this transition for you is incredibly potent, incredibly powerful. You are really unlocking divine gifts of intuition. You're really tapping into very, very deep layers of yourself. And, sometimes what comes when we move through these very intense transitions is a lot of shadow work, and a lot of the old programming bubbles up, and a lot of the old childhood traumas bubble up. And so it's quite interesting that you say you're having to sell your childhood home right now, because I'm sure that this is spiritually significant as well in terms of letting go of any of the programming from your childhood and letting go of any of the stuff from your childhood that is no longer serving you. And, of course, understanding that you can carry those memories with you into the future. And I really see you stepping into a new powerful, powerful space, and it's being able to interpret mystical knowledges and revelations yourself, essentially, being your own medium, right? Connecting yourself to your guides. And these kinds of revelations can sometimes be quite shocking. You know, sometimes the truths that are revealed make you go, whoa!
Yeah,
you know?
It's been different. It's been different.
I just want to give you so much encouragement as you move through this, because sometimes I know it's feeling really challenging, and I want you to know you're absolutely on the right path. This is absolutely for a reason. And on the other side of this, and even right the way through it, is so many gifts from God. This is such a gifted path you're stepping into. There's just so much power here, and you're accessing magic and you're accessing creative power, divine source energy as you move through this awakening. And I just know that there is so much happiness for you on this path. But, of course, mixed into that happiness is a lot of that shadow work and a lot of, you know, that the old trauma is coming up so that you can deal with them, and you're just learning how to transmute that. And you're really just turning yourself into that bridge, being that medium yourself, connecting the emotional world, connecting to the other realms, connecting. Oh, wow, I feel this energy so strongly.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Just to validate you, I mean, yeah, it's just been eye-opening. I know there's a lot going on, but I'm seeing relationships differently, even with my, you know, I'm an only child, so my mom's still here. My parents weren't together when my dad passed, but just I'm seeing, I do want to leave a lot of the childhood behind, and it's just, it makes you sort of feel alienated. So I felt a little bit like the lone wolf almost, like maybe there's something wrong with me, but I don't want discord with anyone. It's just you can't see them with new eyes and bring stuff from the past in with it. You know, I mean, my eyes are open now almost. There's just been so much transformation.
Huge transformation. Oh, I feel it. Big shift.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Carrie, this is Sue. I have just a little something to add on to that as well. So I pulled from an Archangel deck for you, and it says you know what to do, and this is Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So you definitely have that ability, you know, intuitively, and of course as a psychic, because that's what you are. You know what needs to be done. And you'll get there. You know, I know there's some tribulations going on right now, but you definitely have it within you. And you are definitely supported, you know, by your guides and angels. And Uriel seems to be pretty strong, by the way. I don't know if you know that. There's a lot of blue. I don't know if there's visually blue around you, but there seems to be a lot of blue.
Well, it's funny. I found a place. You know, it's not perfect, but it's a place to relocate. So it's closing next week, and it's right off. I live right near the water, but it's near where I grew up. It's the next town over, but it's over the bridge, so there's water. You know, it's Jamestown. It's near Newport, Rhode Island, so there's all water everywhere. So that's what immediately comes to mind.
Yeah.
And I've been reluctant because sometimes I'm not sure if it's my gut instinct or if I'm just second guessing myself. You know. And that's what's been the most difficult part through this is don't second guess yourself. Don't just learn to trust your gut. But my gut also is telling me, you know, you might not feel that comfortable here. At the same time, I need to find a place. So it's like, do I just take it and hope for the best because my gut's already telling me, or will something show up in the next couple of days, you know?
Well, listen to it because, like I said, this card just was specific about you know what to do already. So, you know, when you come into that second one, that third one, that fourth one, as far as that thought, that becomes thought. That gets in your way. Always go with the first gut instinct, the first thing. It's never going to lie to you. It's always going to tell you the truth, you know. So, continue down that path. I see that gaining much traction for you when you do. So,
I appreciate
good luck
that.
with everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much.
You're welcome. Carrie, just really quick, let me see if Anne has anything.
Sure.
Anne?
Hi. Yeah, I'm keeping the theme with the angels as usual, right? So, I feel this is a message of, even in times that feel like we are, transforming, and we go through a lot of things that are both pleasant, and sometimes we see things, because when we go through transformation, we will also be shown past things that we can think sometimes that, okay, I thought I was done with this one. I don't want to see that again. But it's not coming
Right.
back for you to make you feel annoyed. It's just coming one more time so you can finally say, okay, now I make my choice, and now I can release it for good. Because you are in that time of transformation. So anything can be done with comfort. That's the message from the angels. I hope that makes sense to you.
It did. Somebody did come back, and I'm like, this happened 10 years ago at the end of another relationship, not in a romantic capacity, but I'm just like, okay, all right, I have enough going on right now. That's funny. Thank you.
Wow. It's
good.
very common, actually. It happens a lot when we are going through transformation. So just embrace whatever comes, because it's your choice. You are in power. You choose.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
Many blessings.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Carla, I'm going to grab another phone call. You're ready?
Yes.
Always,
okay.
Right?
There we go.
Hello?
Hello, caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Donna. Hello.
Hi, Donna. Welcome. Where are you calling from?
Welcome,
California.
Donna.
Thank you.
California. Welcome. What can we do for you?
Well, I just wanted to know if do you see a relationship coming in for me, and maybe some more finance and some more money coming in, because those two things seem to be harboring on my mind a little bit. I don't have, by myself quite a bit, and it's kind of hard.
I'm not seeing a relationship come. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Not in the foreseeable future right now. However, I do see that fortune is on your side in terms of you being able to manifest the wealth. If you want the wealth to come, you can use your divine focus to make it come. Okay, I really see that fortune is on your side. There is, however, some old programming that you need to release, and it's probably from your childhood. For most of us, it is. Look at the narratives of your parents that you grew up with and the kinds of things they used to say about money, and bring consciously new empowering statements in. I'm sure you know how to use affirmations already. And, there have been these moments in the past leading up to this point where you've kind of felt like you're at a standstill, things are kind of not moving, but you've been able to use those moments and that time where it kind of feels like the energy is stuck in order for you to shift your perspective, because things have been speeding up now. I'm sure that you felt it this month. Things are speeding up, and you see there's more business coming through, and there's more work, and there's more abundance around, and sometimes that energy is becoming a little bit aggressive. And of course, it's your choice and your ability to access the energy how you must and how you may, right? You don't have to react to people when they come at you in an aggressive way, right? So I'm just talking about the general energy that's surrounding you. Sometimes it's a little bit ungrounded, but you really, really, really are working divine magic right now. You really are able to access things. So I've got both the Magician card and the Temperance card as the energy surrounding you right now, which really is about your ability to manifest, your ability to create, your ability to tap into alchemy and divine balance and to bring through what it is you wish and you desire for. But if you are falling into those old thinking patterns, those old programs from the childhood, then of course you can manifest that too. So if you're thinking things like, oh, I have to work really hard to be abundant, oh, only good things only come to people who cheat, those kinds of narratives are not going to serve you, and you can also create that if that's where you're focusing your divine energy. So just be very conscious about the words you're saying, especially around the money, and the words you're saying around relationships, and the words you're saying around your own worthiness, because you can shift the energy right now and start calling in a new relationship, and a relationship that you really, really, really want, one that you really, really, really deserve. But you need to believe that you deserve it. And what I see coming ahead for you is really tapping deeply into your intuition, unlocking new understandings of yourself and how the universe works through your experience and through your experimentation with the manifestation magic, right? Play with it. Start saying some of those crazy wishes. Start daring to believe really, really, really big. I mean, it is full moon tonight. Why don't you write down all the things you're wishing to manifest and say them in the affirmative? Say them as if they already are, and give gratitude now for them coming about. And then burn it under the full moon. We've got this fiery Leo moon. It's all about the heart, so you need to feel every single wish. You need to feel it in your heart space and feel what it feels like to already have it. And what I want you to know is that as things unfold in the future, once you've placed those wishes, right, as things unfold in the future, sometimes what happens is your guides are going to knock certain things out the way. And I do see that they're going to knock a few obstacles out your way, but you might perceive it as, oh, no, this is a disaster, right? I want you to know this is a blessing. And I want you to immediately recognize, oh, this is clearing the pathway because I know something better is coming through. But if you're going to focus on loss, then you're not going to see the new opportunities that are opening up for you. So I want you to immediately recognize, oh, this is actually an answered prayer. I know my guides are acting in my highest good, my highest interest here, because I have done the magic. I have planted the seeds. I did so with the full moon, and start looking for the new opportunities, because there will be a loss before you see the gain. All right. I hope that resonates for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Wonderful.
Donna.
Yes, hi.
This is Sue. I pulled a card for you too, and from Archangel the Oracle cards. And what I got kind of adds to what Carla was saying, and it's about courage. And it's from Archangel Ariel, asking that you stand up for your beliefs. So put that foot down finally and say, okay, this is where I stand. This is, no one's going to sway me from this. If you get a disagreement from someone on the other end of the phone call or someone you're communicating with, stand your ground on it, because it's what you truly feel strongly about. So I don't know, if there's something happening now where you might need to, but definitely stand your ground.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been something recently where you kind of not stood your ground?
I'm trying to think. Well, no, I've kind of stood my ground. It's pretty much disclosed if I like or dislike something. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, just if there's any challenges ahead here soon, definitely continue doing that. Continue being that person who, you have that sense of something and you feel strongly about it. Continue doing it. It will work to your advantage. Let me see if Anne has anything she could add to that. Anne?
Yes. Hi. And
hi.
sometimes the angels are bringing us messages, that, oh, I already know that. It's a feeling that they try to remind us and gently push us towards something that's good to remember sometimes, and it can feel very, very plain and very easy, so to speak. And it feels like what they want to bring up to you is have a little bit of patience, and it's sometimes I'm not very good at having patience myself, and I can really relate to what they are saying, because it's giving us some time. Sometimes we just focus on why haven't I gotten this answer yet? Why is that not coming forward? And and it's a balance between having that patience and also not sitting and waiting around too long to be too adaptable at the same time. But I sense that this is what Archangel JvR is coming with for you, and it's also a message of, it feels very strongly like you have started to plant the seeds for manifestation of quite a few things that are going to come into your reality in some time, but it's still in the early stages. And be patient, because it's in the energy, but it haven't come to the point where you can see it yet, but it's on its way.
Oh, good.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that does make sense. Definitely.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right, Carla.
Wonderful.
Donna,
thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, and you all have a wonderful day today. Okay.
You
yes,
too.
and you too.
Thanks.
Bye, Donna.
Bye.
Bye. All right, ladies. It looks like the board is cleared out, and Donna was our last caller, so I actually thought I would pull a couple cards for all three of us. Just
that's
like
interesting.
a parting gift. So here's the first one I got, which is from the Archangel Oracle deck. It said, "Beloved one, Archangel Shamiel, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship." That doesn't necessarily mean, the opposite sex or a partner. It could mean, anyone that you have that connection to. And then the other one is, "You are safe." Archangel Michael, which I really love this one. "I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home." So that one resonates really strongly for me. I'm not sure how you guys feel about it, but that's definitely a good one.
I'm resonating with him. I love Archangel Michael. Of course, I don't specify or prefer anyone particular. I don't say that, but sometimes we tend to work together with a few and on a regular basis. And I have Archangel Michael every day in my life, actually. So I'm thankful for that.
Very strong for me as well.
You, Carla?
So is any?
100%. I always call Michael first for the protection, to bring down his sword of truth, and to essentially be the gatekeeper. So when I'm channeling, I open myself up to any energy as long as Michael lets them through. And Michael decides if they vibrate with love or not. And he's honestly such an important angel in my life. And so grateful to have it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've also
I
two
agree.
cards.
Go for it.
Yeah.
And I'm using, it's also a Doreen Virtue deck, the Angel Tarot cards, and I get the 6 of Fire and the 10 of Water. And the 6 of Fire is all about good news, victory, public recognition, awards, good news on the way, just that whole victory energy, right? So that's beautiful for all three of us. And then the 10 of Water is all about happy family life, contentment, joy, love, and your emotional and material needs being met, as well as the forging of trustworthy relationships. So I think that's also really a lovely omen. Success in the career and the home life, and I just love it. So may it be for us.
For all of us.
Right. Oh, nice. Nice.
Thank you. That's wonderful. And
yeah.
Archangel Michael is a spiritual warrior. I just love warriors. And you can be a warrior in a very peaceful sense. Sounds funny, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, guys, just heads up. We've got one more caller if everyone's willing to grab one more before we wrap it up. I think we have time. If everybody's fine with that. Okay. Hang on, and I'll grab our call. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Patricia, calling from Ohio.
Hi, Patricia. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
We spoke to you last week.
You're breaking up. I'd like to ask.
Oh, my apologies.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask the training I'm considering of getting a coach when should I start getting a coach, say in the spring as a writer, freelance writer, getting into having a coach and in a program. Should I do that in spring?
You see, the thing about should questions is there really isn't a should I or shouldn't I, but there is, if you do it in spring, will it be beneficial? And what I get is a yes. That doesn't mean you should, because you could also do it at another time, and that could also be beneficial, or you could do something else. And that's the thing about speaking with spirit. They can't really tell you what you should do, but they can tell you if a certain path is for your highest good, right? But there are a couple other messages coming through for you, and I do feel like you've been through quite a difficult time, and you've been through quite a lonely time, but it's also been very important because you've done a lot of shadow work, you've done a lot of inner growth, but there is sometimes this sense of things not quite having turned out the way you'd wished, and it's got to do with the fact that you're so focused on, I want it to be this way, I want it to be this way, that you're kind of missing other ways that it could potentially be, right? But I do see that you have quite a loving relationship, whether this be romantic in nature or a very dear friendship, but there is a lot of love surrounding you, a lot of love in your life. And I also see that you've set out a goal for yourself, and in some ways you're feeling like this goal is too big. And is that maybe why you're asking, should you get a coach, right? Do you feel like you can't do this by yourself? Because I think you can do it by yourself, but if you want a coach, it will certainly be beneficial. And I think it's something you could enjoy, and I think it's something that will help you to forge new relationships that will also bring you joy. But I want you to know you absolutely can do this task that you have set out for yourself. You have the strength, and no matter how big this task seems to you, and no matter how heavy the weight seems to carry, I want you to know it's just enough, and you are just strong enough to carry it for your best and highest growth. So please don't give up on this journey, and don't feel like you need the coach. But if you want the coach, that's fine.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Just a quick addition to that, Patricia. This is Sue. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I absolutely see a definitive yes for you. And that is going to kick off so much more. And just to add to what Carla said, as soon as you open up to some guidance. With coaching, there's also structure, so it kind of helps you structure your thoughts, how you may want to put something down on paper or when you go to create or write. So it's really a great idea, actually. I would definitely go for it because once you get that aspect, it's going to just fly for you. Does that make sense? It's just gonna happen. Is this a writing thing, Patricia?
Well, it's the writing that basically for business to business. She's copywriting, content writing, and knowing how to. Yes, I can, do it on my own, which I have started. Meaning, just writing blog posts and articles on my social media, so that I can start getting, experience, visibility, and credibility.
Right.
And
don't worry so much about the credibility, because you have an actual beautiful gift. There just needs some little bit of structuring, and the coach will be a huge path to help kind of just that door will open wide up once you do it. So my answer anyways is yes, go for it. There's so many endless possibilities once you do.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything, Anne, you'd like to add, Anne?
Hi, Patricia. I'm going with the angels today. So I feel that this is very fitting, and it's a wonderful gift. I have Archangel Sandalphon coming here for you, and bringing you the gift of creativity and being the creator of what you want to accomplish and do. So it's also that you, this time around, no matter how things have been for you in the past, just release, move forward, trust in yourself, and open your arms to receive, because I feel that if you are unsure here if you're going to have that coach or not, just go with the flow. Proceed in the way you feel, and if you sense that anything is turning around in a way that you don't want to see it, then that's probably a sign that you don't need it, or everything will flow excellent, and that's a sign that this is a good time to go to that point and do that. So you have angels around you, and they are guiding you. Listen to them. I don't know if that makes sense.
All right. I'll figure it out. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you,
you,
Patricia. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
All right. Sissy, was there something you wanted to add?
Yes, I think we have, sorry for my voice, I think we have a few announcements to make, but I want to share my cards. I didn't have the time to share the cards I drew for us. And I have the same deck, I think, as you, Sue. You see, I have Archangel Oracle cards. I just love them.
Okay.
And picked them and chose them today. So what I got for us is sensitivity, courage, and divine order. And sensitivity, that's Archangel Haniel coming for us. And isn't that fantastic? 3 psychic ladies.
Oh, yeah.
So it's no coincidence. It never is. Everything is connected, and everything happens for a purpose. And once we are open and we just see, we go with the flow, we are bold, we try things out. Of course, we live in a dense world and we need some safety net. But anyway, it's like we have to be bold sometimes. Otherwise, we're not stepping out of our comfort zone, and we can't. And that's coming to the next card. That's Archangel Ariel, asking us to have courage, be bold, be courageous,
and
stand up for. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
I had pulled that one, not the caller before, with Donna, the courageous one.
Yes. Fantastic, isn't it?
Okay.
But we just need to be courageous, and we just need to try something out. We can hold on to our safety net, so to speak, but we also need to step out a little bit. If we take a little baby step each time, we're going to find our path eventually. And I think I said this before. This is the second time I'm picking this card today too. It's divine order, and that is Archangel Raguel, and everything is exactly how it needs to be right now. Because we can't sit and worry for the past, because the past is gone. We can't worry about the future, even if we many times do, because the future is not here yet, okay? And we can only be right here and right now, because that's the only moment we have. And if we are good and try to work on being in the present moment, that's going to help us bring down that famous veil, the illusion that we are trapped in. So we start to see, okay, what am I really doing here? I'm given some kind of advice here. Does that resonate with me? Is this something that feels within me that is correct for me? So there are so many things, because we live in a world where we are taught so many things, no matter where we are on the globe. It's like a pattern all over the place. So stepping outside of that is a good idea. I don't know if that may make sense to you, ladies.
No, it all does. It all kind of weaves into it. So, that was excellent. Nice. All right. I'm looking at the time, so it looks like we're going to have to wrap this up.
Okay. I just want to ask Carla, did it resonate with you?
100%. That resonated so deeply. All we have is this present moment. And this is, when the future unfolds, it unfolds here.
Yes, it does.
Right now. And all that matters is our vibration right now. And that's all we're ever dealing with is this moment. Thank you for the divine revelation.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for your message. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Sissy, for your message as well. And I think we're ready to have the end of show announcements, right? Time just flies, doesn't it? And I want to mention someone more here. I know we have Sonia, excited one in the chat room, who loves the blonde ladies. That's a joke. And thank you so much, Sonia, for being here. We do love you too. You know that. We never ever forget about you. So
hi, Sonia.
And anyway, on today's show, we had the fantastic honor to talk with special guest Carla Janse van Rensburg, all the way from South Africa, discussing heart-centered living. And Carla is an experienced medium, clairvoyant artist, energetic healer, tattoo artist, and magical practitioner. And if we didn't have a chance to take your call, please call into our next show. And next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, February 4th, 2021. And we will be talking about soul realignment and the Akashic Records. What are they? Plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air as usual. And you can always listen to replays of all our shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. Keep yourself updated on upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And you can always go to YouTube, search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio on YouTube. And you can find upcoming episodes and full past episodes. And connect with Carla Janse van Rensburg through lunascension.com, and you can actually find links and information for Carla in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And thank you all for listening in and calling in, and we're back next Thursday, February 4th, same time, talking about soul realignment. Sissy, do you have anything you want to tell the listeners before the show ends?
I just want to say thank you, everyone, for entrusting us with your questions. We always appreciate your phone calls and your trust in us. And I'd like to also thank Carla for coming on with us. We absolutely loved having you on, and we'll have to do this again in the future. So thank you, Carla.
Thank you so much for having me here. I love you two so much. You are just such wonderful lights in the world, and absolutely, I'd love to come back anytime.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you so much, Carla. Thank you.
Blessings.
Okay. Blessings to you as well. And I'm just going to do a quick shout out, like I normally do, to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
And I say love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Carla? You
Bye.
want to say anything?
I love that.
Bye.
Love to everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.